Welcome to episode 1 of our journey into the prehistoric world. In this series, we'll explore the true scale of dinosaurs and flying reptiles, comparing their size, weight, and anatomy with modern animals to understand how these creatures really lived. Let's begin. Meet the pterodactyl, one of the most iconic flying reptiles of the Mesozoic era. With a wingspan of just 1.04 meters, it was relatively small compared to its more famous cousins like Pteranodon or Quetzalcoatlus. That's about the width of a modern eagle, making it agile and well-suited for coastal hunting. Despite often being called a dinosaur, the pterodactyl was actually a pterosaur, part of a distinct group of flying reptiles. It lived during the late Jurassic period, around 150 million years ago, and likely weighed less than 2 kilograms. Feather-light for a creature of its time. Its long, tooth-filled beak suggests a diet of fish and small marine animals. With strong wing muscles and hollow bones, it could soar over lagoons and dive with precision. Later, pterosaurs would reach wingspans over 10 meters. But this little flyer was among the first to conquer the skies. The Psittacosaurus was a small, early ceratopsian dinosaur that lived during the early Cretaceous period, around 120 to 100 million years ago. Its name means parrot lizard, referring to its short, beak-like snout, which resembled that of a modern parrot and was adapted for cropping tough vegetation. Based on skeletal reconstructions and muscle estimates, its weight is thought to have ranged between 20 and 25 kilograms, roughly comparable to a medium-sized dog. Unlike later ceratopsians like Triceratops, Psittacosaurus lacked large horns or a prominent frill. Instead, it had a compact body, strong hind limbs for bipedal movement, and shorter forelimbs that may have helped with balance or manipulation. Fossil evidence suggests it was covered in bristle-like structures on its tail, possibly for display or thermoregulation. Psittacosaurus is one of the most well-documented dinosaur genera, with over 400 specimens discovered, mostly in Asia. Some fossils even preserve skin impressions and pigment patterns, offering rare insights into its appearance and behavior. It likely lived in forested environments and fed on cycads, ferns, and other low-lying plants. Velociraptor was a small, agile theropod dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 75 to 71 million years ago. Measuring between 1.5 and 2 meters in length and standing about 0.5 meters tall at the hips, it was roughly the size of a large turkey or medium-sized dog. Its estimated weight ranged from 15 to 20 kilograms, depending on the individual and age. Despite its modest size, Velociraptor was a highly specialized predator. It had a long, stiff tail for balance, a low-slung body built for speed, and a curved, retractable claw on each foot, likely used for gripping or slashing prey. The skull was narrow and equipped with around 60 sharp, serrated teeth. Fossil evidence suggests it had excellent vision and a relatively large brain for its size, indicating advanced sensory capabilities and possibly complex behavior. Smilodon was a genus of saber-toothed cats that lived during the Pleistocene epoch, roughly between 2.5 million and 10,000 years ago. Although often referred to as a saber-toothed tiger, it was not closely related to modern tigers or any living feline species. The most well-known species, Smilodon fatalis, measured about 1.6 to 2 meters in body length, with a shoulder height of approximately 1.2 meters. Its weight varied depending on the species and individual, but estimates for S. fatalis range from 160 to 280 kilograms, comparable to a modern lion or even heavier in some cases. Smilodon was built for power rather than speed. It had a robust, muscular frame, short limbs, and a broad chest, ideal for ambushing prey rather than chasing it over long distances. Its most distinctive feature was its elongated upper canine teeth, which could reach up to 28 centimeters in length. These sabers were likely used to deliver precise killing bites to the throat or belly of large herbivores. Unlike modern big cats, Smilodon had a relatively weak bite force due to its wide gape and specialized jaw mechanics. It relied on strong forelimbs and body weight to subdue prey before using its canines. It may have hunted large mammals such as bison, camels, and young mammoths, often in social groups. Smilodon went extinct around 10,000 years ago, likely due to a combination of climate change and the disappearance of its prey during the Quaternary extinction event. Jacalopterus was a genus of giant predatory eurypterids, extinct aquatic arthropods often nicknamed sea scorpions. It lived during the early Devonian period, approximately 410 to 402 million years ago, in what are now parts of Germany and North America. The largest species, Jacalopterus rhenanii, is estimated to have reached a total body length between 2.3 and 2.6 meters, making it the largest arthropod ever discovered. Its size was inferred from fossilized claws, chelicerae, which alone measured over 45 centimeters. While exact weight estimates are difficult due to its exoskeletal structure and aquatic lifestyle, rough calculations suggest a mass of around 150 to 250 kilograms, depending on body density and hydration. Jacalopterus had a segmented body with a broad, paddle-like tail, telson, large compound eyes, and powerful pincers. These features indicate it was an active predator with high visual acuity, capable of ambushing or overpowering prey in freshwater environments. Unlike many eurypterids that lived in marine settings, Jacalopterus fossils were found in strata suggesting brackish or freshwater habitats. Its anatomy suggests it hunted fish and smaller arthropods, using its claws to grasp and manipulate prey. The limbs were adapted for swimming and crawling along the substrate, and its flattened body helped it maneuver in shallow waters. Troodon formosus was a small, bird-like theropod dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 77 to 65 million years ago. It measured between 1.8 and 2.4 meters in length, with a hip height of around 1 meter. Based on skeletal reconstructions and body volume estimates, its weight likely ranged from 50 to 70 kilograms. Troodon had a slender build, long legs, and a stiff tail, all features that suggest it was a fast and agile runner. Its most distinctive traits were its large eyes, which indicate excellent night vision, and a relatively large brain-to-body ratio, suggesting advanced sensory processing and possibly complex behavior. The skull was lightly built and equipped with numerous small serrated teeth, suitable for an omnivorous diet. It may have fed on small vertebrates, insects, and plant material. Its hands had grasping capabilities, with semi-opposable fingers that could have been used for manipulating objects or prey. Fossil evidence, including nesting sites and bone beds, suggests Troodon may have exhibited some degree of parental care and possibly social behavior. Its anatomy shares many features with early birds, including a wishbone and feathers, although it was not capable of flight. Dilophosaurus was a medium-sized theropod dinosaur that lived during the early Jurassic period, approximately 193 million years ago. It measured around 6 to 7 meters in length and stood about 2 meters tall at the hips. Based on skeletal reconstructions and volume estimates, its weight is estimated between 300 and 450 kilograms. One of its most distinctive features was the pair of thin, arched crests on its skull, likely used for display or species recognition. These crests were not solid bone structures, but rather delicate extensions, suggesting they had no defensive function. The skull itself was long and narrow, with sharp, serrated teeth suited for a carnivorous diet. Dilophosaurus had strong hind limbs adapted for bipedal locomotion, and its forelimbs were relatively long, ending in 3-fingered hands with curved claws. Its tail was stiff and muscular, providing balance during movement. Fossil evidence suggests it was a fast and agile predator, possibly preying on small vertebrates and scavenging when necessary. Contrary to popular depictions, there is no scientific evidence that Dilophosaurus had a frill or could spit venom. These traits were fictional additions in entertainment media and not supported by fossil data. The woolly mammoth, Mammuthus primigenius, was one of the most iconic megafauna of the Ice Age, roaming the northern hemisphere during the Pleistocene epoch until its extinction around 4,000 years ago. Specimens with a body length of 6 to 7 meters and a shoulder height of 4 meters represent the largest individuals, likely mature males of the species. or even larger relatives like Mammuthus columbi. At that size, a mammoth could weigh between 6 and 10 metric tons, depending on body condition and seasonal fat reserves. Its massive frame was supported by columnar limbs and a high-domed skull, with long, spiraled tusks that could exceed 4 meters in length. These tusks were used for defense, foraging through snow, and possibly social interactions. The woolly mammoth was adapted to cold climates, with a thick layer of subcutaneous fat and a dense, shaggy coat composed of long guard hairs and a woolly underlayer. Its trunk was highly flexible and muscular, used for grasping vegetation, drinking, and social communication. Diet consisted mainly of grasses, sedges, and shrubs, which it consumed in enormous quantities, up to 180 kilograms of food per day. Its molars were large and ridged, ideal for grinding tough plant material. This is just the first episode. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the wonders of deep time, one beast at a time. In the next episode, we'll take a closer look at many other dinosaurs and massive prehistoric creatures, each with their own unique anatomy and impressive dimensions.